You amateur. There you are. Hello. So, you know when you got kids and stuff. All right. I'm getting there. I'm opening up all my windows. That needs to be Twitch. Kind of like this last second quick grab. No, you go there. Oh my goodness, Marco, you're the best. Oh, I know, right? And then, so I'm really happy with how the truck turned out. Please tell me I opened up that file. Come on, man, pull up your socks. So, I was about to sleep, 4 a.m. Nub, go to bed. Just go. This is how this thing turned out. I used the Sanctus library. Spooky, there you go. I used the Sanctus library to kind of quickly slap some textures on it. I think if we can put some signs, it'll look fantastic on it. Night Cow, yep. Atomic Baby's here. Nub. Giwoon, welcome. Drawus, welcome to the stream. I hope that is not stream summary. And then we click on that. Whew. So yes, I'm happy with how this truck turned out. Still need some refinements, and we're talking about it over on Vinny. Welcome to the stream. We were talking about putting in chains and like shovels and such. I do want to do something with this control panel, but I think that's going to be a later problem. What I kind of want to do rather than just focus on this, Sanctus has oh, don't. Let's have a look. I've got it over here anyway. Neon lights, drop down, decals. Yeah, I don't know how these work. Add decal. Oh, hello. Makula? I don't know. Whatevs. Anyway, that's a future market problem. But that's what we kind of built, and I kind of want to work on that, work on decals, but that's just going to be more of the smaller thing. Might put a name on it, come up with some sort of fake, what do you call it? Fake company on there, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of like the idea that we're going to go down that route. Let me come down here. Yes. There we go. Click on that. Click over here. And I just need to update stuff. I'm not going to bother updating that. So yeah, I'm happy with how that turned out. There are more clicks in the drop down. Oh. See, yeah, something like that would be great. Numbers are nice. I still think they're like decal machine stuff. You can't beat decal machine. Like these ones look just gorgeous. Rotate. Whoops, YY. 180. GYX. Why is it black? Shouldn't be black. Rotate YY, 180. Anyway, well, I'm full of lies, I know. So, let's get rid of that for now, and we'll come back to this. I'm really liking this image that kind of came up with. And let's go ahead and create something like that. This will come back into more of that, all the buildings that we've been creating. So this is more going for like a home, even though it doesn't really look like a home. But true story, I did go to Townsville, which is high up Australia, like in the tropical area. And I went to one house and it had only like 2 rooms and the rest of the house was outside. It was amazing. Place can add decals with all functionality. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It must have been inverted. Anyway, future market problem. let's go ahead and try and smash something out. It normally is the normals. GZ.9. GZ.9. There we go. So let's go ahead and make the floor. I think that's a bit too big because we're going for a very simple house. I do like these blocks here. So with that, we'll continue on. And I think as well, I'm not going to be too... Mark, welcome. Jeez. I'm not going to be too concerned with polygons like we have been, even though kind of want to make this go into Unreal Engine. I'm not going to go down the route of trying to make it clean. Because at the end of the day, we're not going for a game engine. Sorry. We're not going for a game. We're going to make something to try and look as pretty as possible, if you know what I'm saying. Rotate Z 180, just so it's down here that I'm working on. And then, yeah, I really like this pillar. Let's go GG, bring it over. Actually, scale Y0. Scale Y0. And then from here, let's go extrude 2. And we will go GY. Gives us a bit of extra flood rooms. Night care. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really liking this style of buildings that we've been creating. I'm pretty sure I've been putting them up on Patreon. I think 2 of them are on there. The 3rd and 4th one, yeah, we never finished that one, did we? Ooh. I will try and do that before bed, depending on what time it is. Try and get it up there. Let's go something like that. E to extrude. And then we'll go GY. So we have this big kind of like support beam. I like that. This is nice. It's a nice boulder. I really like the overhang. I reckon I should have done that here as well. So let's go here, and here. V to rip. It's going to move it. Control L. Just going to move this down a little bit. And then bring it. Oops. And then we will grab that there. F. Let's pull it back up. Whoops. So that those on the verts can see it. Nice. I like that. I need to drive soon for hours. Not looking forward to it. Over Christmas, I love doing my 13-hour drive from Canberra to Adelaide. 12, I think it's like 1,200 kilometers. 12 kilometers to miles. Just so the Americans don't feel left out. 7.5 mile. 750 miles. I've been kind of like going on holidays with that. It's a really good way to disconnect. And I found that being able to enjoy my holidays a lot more just by having that time of reflection's the wrong word. The time of kind of just like breaking away from home, kind of going in. English, man, English. Oh yes, delightful. I like that. That looks not too bad. Okay, we will still block a wee woo. Still kind of in the blocking phase. Why is that? What's that black spot? What is that? I think it's just shading. Okay, let's go scale that in a bit and scale it on the Y. Something like, let's go GZ. I'm going to pull it down a bit. Equal panels. I think that looks kind of cool. And then if we just bring that down, nice. I'm in UK and still work in the old school. Feet and inches and miles. Nah. You're doing it wrong. I'll stick to my kilometers. Thank you very much. I like that. I think that looks great. What we could do is if I were to now span that across, let's go into the mesh, the cylinder, French for some reason. Rotate, we'll scale that in. Oh, not feeling that. I'm feeling like an I-beam is what we need. Thank you for all the hearts and the shorts over there and the 100%. Obviously, someone's agreeing with me on the the correct units of measure. Industrial beam. Change the beam box profile. We'll change it to a C. A shishi. And then we'll go like that. Rotate 180. And then we're going to just slap it there. Let's go scale. Scale on the Y. Scale on the Y. Because that is our central point. GZ. Control B. What on earth was that? Control B. Shift N. Merge by distance? What have I done? What have you done? There we go. Weird. Control B. Something like that. Let's go GZ, move it up. And then we're going to grab the ends. GZ. Look at that. Deliciousness. I like that. Can you translate kilometers to eagles per cheeseburger? My maths is a little bit off on that one. I'm not going to lie. My eyesight struggles to millimeters. I'm still okay for now. Oh gosh, Mark. So fun. It's pretty funny. I'm liking the sizing of this. The idea that I had, though, was we have this type of building. You know what I should have done? Should have made a cargo container home. That would have been better. That's next week. For now, this is the luxury, deluxe schmickness. And it's almost, we can kind of say, let's go glamping. There's only one set of stars that I sleep under, and that's 5 stars. Scale X 1.5. That gives us like this. Then that can fit into there. GZ, and then that raises to the roof, for instance. Let's just move that back a little bit. Because that's 3 meters long. I reckon we might just go GX1 and make it a little bit longer. So we've got about 4 meters of length. Your eyes are simply too powerful and millimeters too insignificant. Is that because you can see them through the roof? What? What's with the roof question? Can I see who through the roof? I might have missed that one. Let's go GZ, and then we're going to go delete faces. That'll go up into the roof and will create a bit of a chamfer. 5 stars. Oh, yeah. I see. Sorry. Ah! Yeah, I guess we can go with that. I've never been one for camping. I've never been going like, Dad, can we go camping? Stuff that. It's not in my repertoire. I know the kids have gone camping with friends once before, and I'm like, no, not my, just no. I have no interest in that. Let's go. Oops. Let's go here. Can we please? And we're going to do the same. Come on. Look at me. The trick is to reframe everything to be impressive. The last time I stayed in was a dive, man. Could hear everything outside, and we went extra traffic lights, and they went off all night. Well, I assume traffic lights do go off all night. Not that kind of traffic lights. Gosh. I like that. That's looking not too shabby. Delete faces, and we'll go select that top face, GZ. You're not getting old, you're getting gathering time. Camping is such a bother. I know, just like going to the beach. I hate the beach. Sand everywhere, and then it gets in your car, and then you got to clean your car out. Ugh. Do you want to go to sleep in the cold? Wake up miserable? No thanks. Correct. In saying that, I know it would be the absolute worst, but to do something like the Outdoor Boys, that would be pretty cool. But now I know, I'm fully aware that would suck so hard. Like, I know my limits. My limits isn't that. But it would be cool. Just saying. So what I'm building at the moment is, if I actually kind of explain what I'm doing here, is almost kind of like a one-man bunker in this area. Then this, we'll probably put another one over here. And then this is kind of maybe that type of communal residency as you're out and about in the sticks. Once again, it's kind of meant to be so that it's a pop-up and blah, blah, blah. Really? Am I designing anything like that? The last hotel I stayed in was so cold that even thermostat wore a blanket. I don't know what hotels you're going to then. The last one that we did is, where did we go? I think we went to Sydney. Let's go something like that. I think that's enough space. And then about that high door frame. Then this is our door. Stepping over, you go in. Let's go. Just trying to think what's going to be the best way to do this. Let's do a Shift D, GY, and then it's going to delete this face. Let's go I to do an inset. I to do an just to scale out a little bit. Let's grab this thing, Shift D, Y, E to extrude, and then that's going to be our doorway. And then that means that this here becomes our secondary doorway. I mean, our door. Kind of want some sort of window. I'm just trying to think, where would you put a window? And what I'm half thinking is a window like this. Let's put a line there and a line here. Not you. GZ. No. GZ. This here becomes the window. I. It can come out. And then this goes in. Something along those lines. Shift D. I'm going to pull that one out. I'm going to delete this. Let's then select that and that. Delete faces. There we go. That's better. Then we can go E to extrude, and then that's kind of like our window seal. And then this can come back in like so. Do we go ahead and, I hate you, darn it. Do we then come in here, 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 and here? Let's do a Control B. That just adds that a little bit extra, and then we can grab all this stuff, which is fine. Itchy face, GY, stuff like this. I'm gonna grab that, GZ, let's pull it up, and then we'll do the same here. Whoa, 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 Nelly. GX, whoops, GY. Just to finish this off. There we go. Just closing the loop on that one. Make the door accordion style. Oh, you reckon? Make the door not a door, but a beat of strings. I was in Amsterdam, half the people were naked. Helps if you don't book next to the red light district. Yes. Is that for the Blender conference? I like this window. Let's just go ahead and quickly... Oh, ploppers. We've been using Decal Machine to texture all this. Ah, crud. Whatevs. Let's go here, new. This is just going to be glass. By France. Azana Sia, hey. Echoes, hey. Awesome, I'm glad, Echo. Let's just jump in. Which video are you talking specifically about? Just out of curiosity, so that I know I can make more. Let's think of mozzies. Okay, from here we do a mix shader. It goes into there, and then we get a transparent. Bam. Let's go 0.95 if we have a look. Make sure we click assign. You can do it. That's why. Let's jump over in cycles. GPU 32. 128. That sky, bam, done. Yeah, nice. I like that. I like to partake. Yes and no 420. What? All right. I'm liking that. I think that looks delicious. And then this is something that, yeah, we'll mirror across. We could probably create some curtains really quick. Now, I wonder, did I set up, I mean, how well have I set this up? Yeah. DreamUV. Let's quickly throw on some of this stuff. Asset type. Climb over to here. Let's go into DreamUV. I need some cutters. And then we click on that as my hotspot tool. That one there. Will it blend? Hotspot. It blend. Sweet. Reminder 645 to set up your default file with your settings. I really need to do that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's throw that on. Blair makes my stomach hurt. And then again, people Jeez. Why can't I see that chat? There we go. Which Blender version? We're on Blender 5 at the moment. Fantastic. Give me so much insight. Perfect. That's cool. I don't like that edge. You. Actually, can I change sharpness to like 45? And then we do here. Control E, mark seam. And then let's do a hotspot. And then that's now cleared that up. That looks pretty cool. Weird that there is a hotspot, but I'm not going to complain. That's super bizarre. Let's maybe put a line through here, scale X0, hotspot, Marco, here, right click, mark seam, hotspot, hotspot, much better. There we go. Nice. I need the next version of Blender to drop so I can play with the game dev tools. Far right now. So one thing I've been questioning is jumping over into game development. I know I was going to just jump in and just use Unreal Engine. But if Blender has visual scripting, might, I might jump in and play with that. I don't like this line here, so we're going to move that this way. Hotspot that puppy again. Great. So I'll see. Oh my. There's a mozzie in here. Gives me drive. Have you tried the select sharp edges, then making seams? So I don't, like at the moment, with this one here, this line here, Blender thinks that's a sharp edge. So if I go select sharp edges, see that Blender thinks that's a sharp edge. And so that's why now I'm trying to manually UV unwrap that stuff so we can get away with it. Let's go with another window in here. So I'm just going to here. Let's go Shift D, Y. And then we'll do an I in here. Delete faces. I in here. Let's go into solid mode. Shift D, Y. Pull that all the way back. E to extrude. Actually, might pull that back a little bit further. What have I done? Oh yeah, delete faces. Oh, ploppers. Hang on, I've done something. Oh, it's fine, just do that. I don't care. Delete vertices. Control L, E to extrude, all the way in. Then we can select this, thus, and thus. Control B. Nice. And then this piece here, push that in. You become glass. And so when we look at it, this is what we've got. You got 1,400 videos. I sure do, mate. I sure do. Jack, welcome to the stream. No joke saying, but when people don't know drink moderation, so never know why people can get legless. I'm guessing you're talking about, I don't do alcohol, neither do I. It has never interested me in the slightest. But also, being a Christian, it's just something that we don't do. And that was kind of like one of the things that got me to come along, is that there was a group of kids. Actually, they were a group of kids at the time. And I was like, wow, that's super interesting. Control E, mark scene. Let's go that now. Will it box? Box, box, box. Perfect. That's great. You jumped in halfway. No. I don't know what's going on now. I've reached the age where I can't tell if I sustained an injury or that's just how I am. I hate that statement so much because when I'm like coaching the boys, I'm like, yeah, it's easy. I can do this. Oh, that hurts. That never hurt. That's not meant to hurt. Oh, that sucks. All right. I like this. I like this. I like this. This looks great. That there, hotspot, red plastic. No, I reckon this needs to be like a worn out grey. Yeah, that looks cool. The bottom here, hotspot, just something real quick. And then we'll throw on a dirty concrete. Gotcha. Dude, how cough my back goes. It is the worst. Getting old sucks. Not gonna lie. Let's go. What is going to be the best way? I'm going to go V to rip. Let's select these top panels. Control I to invert my selection, delete faces. Then I'm going to go generate, solidify modifier. 1, 2, I hate you so much. That there. Then go bevel. And then that gives us that. How cool does that look? Then from there we can go into hotspot. Then we can throw on, I don't want concrete. I don't think we need concrete. I want something worn out. That reminds me so much of my old control room at SF6. Yeah. Just flip the door and the big window and you got it. Do we go like an orange roof? Something a bit different. Yeah, it's called a syndrome. 30 and all downhill. I'm 39 this week. I'll be 42 this year. Boah. Boah. Let's go like so. Oh, I mean, that's not bad. 39. 58 this September. Geez, you're old. No. Oh, no. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Please don't shoot. I hear you. It's funny, kind of like now, I still look 25. Yes, because I had a shave. And now I've got a baby face, and I hate it. I hate having this baby face. If you saw me Saturday, did I have a beard yesterday? No, I got rid of it. The week before, it was like this massive beard. But it kind of just gets to a point you're like, I got to get rid of all this stuff. Thanks, Knight. No. My life went downhill once I got married. I enjoyed your short. Yep. Thanks, Jack. I'm glad my wife doesn't watch my streams. She's like, you go do that. Oh, I'm getting shot. Let's go. I'm just trying to think what's the best way to do this here. So I'm just going to try and create some like loops. And we'll go Control B to do bevel. Middle mouse, Alt S. Bring that in. V to rip. And then we can hotspot that puppy. And then that gives us some extra details. I've reached the magical age of 69 this year when you don't give two about it. Yeah. Oh, so with that, Jack, the more annoying thing is I've fallen out of love with that project. And so I'm now trying to think what's something that can fill that hole. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we can make a film in 9 days. It's not a problem. But it's more finding something that's good. And I don't know. I think what I'd written is maybe a little bit too silly. And it doesn't make enough sense. And is it interesting? Because, I mean, that's the thing as well. It's kind of like, if I'm making a short film, it's got to be interesting. Straight off the bat, it's not interesting enough. So, it's going to be kind of like that go, 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 especially if it's designed for YouTube, which makes you want to watch you everything. And so that's really interesting, watching stuff about Joe Rogan and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are on there, and they were talking about, now when they're creating movies that go straight to streaming services, they're like, can you put an explosion in like the first 5 minutes to keep people watching? And so that's kind of like that. Yeah, trying to get that entertainment in straight away to keep you going. You aren't getting weak from age. Your fierce battle against the forces of the universe require occasional rest, like any warrior. That's another story. Trying to find something that excites you. I get it. Yeah. So one thing that I've been really enjoying is making kind of like these models, and then that stuff that I can, start sharing and so on and so forth. So that's kind of like why I've gone back to, maybe I should just complete some projects. Because I know some people complain, Marco, you never do anything. And I'm like, yeah, right. So now it's kind of like that. No, start putting some things together and then building upon that. I reckon, though, still trying to be smart about it, though, in terms of doing things that we've already created, so not reinventing the wheel. Pop-up bar. No, not the bar. Med bay. Let's jump in the med bay. I haven't shared the med bay. I haven't shared the refueling bay. Okay, that's something I've got to do. How do you feel about mecha or big robot? They look sick. They do look sick. I just went all over my face. Tough to push through the frustrations. Perfect if they really... Yeah. Yeah, Marco, time to fix old gear. You're calling me old. Yeah, robots are cool. I'm going to grab some of this stuff. Like, for instance, this. Not that one. That one? Not that one. Let's grab these two things. Actually, this thing as well. Actually, this thing as well. I just want to recycle. Control V. And let's see what we can reuse. When this sci-fi movie is going to mark, how long will the runtime be? Well, the initial idea was to do a web series. To have 6-minute episodes at about 5 minutes apiece, mate. And that's pretty much what the voices have gone for, with like fluffy stuff in between. That was the idea, but once again, it comes down to that I do want to create something 3/4 decent. Even completely decent would be great. But just don't know. Don't know if what I created was good. What I wrote was good enough. So just trying to put some little bits and pieces around here. Let's go there. Shift D, G to the Y. Something like that. Nice, I like that. This table here, we could probably make a bit smaller, even though this is more of a... what the heck is that? I don't remember building this. I know I did. Let's make this a bit smaller. Let's go this way. Control L, Control L, Control L. Here, invert, delete faces. And then we'll make that a bit smaller. This is meant to be like a table. Let's go something actually like this. To do an inset. That is an absolutely disgusting texture on there. I do not approve this message. And then we'll put in something like so. Nice. This goes here. Actually, can go here-ish. This guy is sick of people looking in. So he's actually going to build in something like that. So it hides him. Let's put that in there. Yeah, that looks not too bad. The robot I built last year was fun. Lots of learning and fun design. What robot? Which robot do you build? I can't think of the robot. You built a robot? I know the cars. I remember them. The modular truck was awesome. What's that game? Starfield. That was awesome. Robot I can't think about. Okay, time for me to get going. You have a great evening, morning, Mr. Night Cow. Recently went on a vodka diet. I didn't lose any weight, but I did lose 3 days. I'm going to steal that one. And what I'll do is even funnier is I'll send it to people who know that I don't drink. Where are you? Dun, 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 dun. Exceptional dad jokes. Control V. Beautiful. While I'm here, nothing of interest. Mate, have you seen in here it's Dynamo Dream? I've seen the Dynamo Dream, but I haven't seen his stuff recently. I was on his Patreon. Bleepy Bloopy Cyclone. Yes, it is. I haven't seen it for a while. Have you thought any more about the community art project contest? Bah. No. I'm trying to organize myself a little bit better and start pulling all this stuff in. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a bit of a jerk move for me. That'll get you 100k. I don't know. I don't know if it actually will. I have tried it previously, and there's been no blips in it. But yeah, I don't know if it actually would. Doesn't hurt to try. Lighting. I don't like the fact that this here, glass, can I make the glass a bit darker? Can I make... There we go. So it's a bit tinted. Definitely, yeah. Would love to start throwing in some cables and such. I think that'll look cool. Yeah, I completely agree. It's getting the word out, especially when the views aren't coming in. And I'm not that big of a personality. I'm not going to lie. I'm not that big in the hood. Let's go. Where is here? Let's throw some of these in. I reckon if we were to chuck something like that in, that's cool. Oops. Something like that. That's cool. I think we need some sort of like small pieces through here. Small, simple greebles. Ooh, that's a nice piece. Hotspot? I hate you. Okay. That can stay as is. Shift D, scale X -1, GX. Something nice there. Let's put something along here. I don't think we need pistons. That's a nice piece. Not enough color coming through at the moment. This is obviously where if we start putting in some decals and such, that's going to dramatically add color and variation. I miss Ian's lazy tutorials, but he's killing it on the Patreon. Like the numbers he must be making. Remarkable at what he does. Actually, I really like this. This is great. Let's put on something like so. That is a very interesting shape. GZ. I'm going to pull that in, and then that's obviously going to come through that, which is fine. Let's to the modifier, and we'll just give it some more thickness. I hate you. GZ. That's not bad. One thing we don't have is lights underneath. I do feel like a metal plate along the ground is what's needed. So if we kind of went something like this. Oh, thanks, Roy, if you're here. As you will see, Roy, I don't know if you're watching, that, yeah, there's a pretty big library of all my assets and all the previous buildings. I will throw this building up there. Oh, itchy nose. Let's go something like this. Something like this. Shift right click, and we'll do that one. And then let's go E to extrude along the y-axis. And we'll put it in there. Oh, come on. GZ. E to extrude. Let's go delete those faces. Here. Like so. What is this going to look like? Let's go here and here. Control B to do a bevel. Middle mouse. Control numpad minus. GZ. V to rip. Okay, so we've got kind of... Oh, goodness, my nose. Itchy nose. Here and here. Whoops, here. Oh, bizarre. Bizarre. Here, 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 and here. Control E, mark seam. Let's do a hotspot through there. Then we can come into DreamUV. I reckon. Let's go. DreamUV metal. That's metal. Now I want roughed black. What does that look like? Oh, yes. I'll buy that for $1. Control L. Control L. Come over here. We're going to add in a second material, and this one is going to be shiny metal. This one possibly. A sign. That looks cool. Send you a pic on Discord of the robot. Heck yeah. Let's check it out. Up the top here. I have no memory of this. Love this triangle here. That looks great. Even that whole chest plate and how it's connected to that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, love what you did with that one there. Not the biggest fan of the earrings. I know they're not earrings. But like the shoulder pauldrons, that's cool. The way you've got, yeah, that's nice. That's cool. Each episode has 2 to 3 major scenes. Oh man, please, Nub, please reuse your scenes, because if you don't, you're going to be punching yourself in the face and it's going to be the worst. because you have to remember, you're going to be rebuilding each of those scenes. Every time you need a new scene, you got to remake it. So, try and reuse your scenes, because then you're creating a lot more overhead. That's cool. Oh, you know what this needs? It's going to Control S this. I reckon what this needs is kind of like holes. Nah, it's too big. It's got to be, it's like casted in. What maybe we could do, Shift S, curse world origin. Let's go like this. G to the Y, rotate X 90. Go into solid mode. Something like this, okay? I'm going to do V, actually, do it like this. Like that. This one, and this one. This one's going there. This one's going there. This one's going here. GG. 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 So that then I can go I to do an inset, I to do another inset. I hate you so much. Why are you doing that? Oh yeah, merge by distance. I. And then we'll do something like that. Let's not do that. Shift D, G, Z, 10. I. Delete faces. E. I. Whoops. I. Delete faces. GZ minus 10. Don't tell me I got it exactly the same. Oh my goodness, I did, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. And then that kind of gives that insetted frame a look. Control J, select all. G to the Y. This, Control S to save, hotspot, oh, it worked, can become our orange frame. Nice. Let's throw a mirror modifier on that one. Oh. Well, that's okay, actually. Let's steal this piece. Shift D, tab, rotate 90. And we're going to slot it in there somehow. Maybe go clipping. Just ever so slightly. That they touch. Touch. Sweet touch. Scale on the y-axis. Is it coming through? Nope. Scale on the y. That there now becomes a problem of the bending of that frame. Does look kind of cool though, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, have I missed a whole bunch of subscribes? No, Prime Creamer, welcome to the stream. I did not have it on speaker. Excellent. While we're here, actually, now that you've reminded me, thank you, Prime Creamer. Prime Creamer. Switch. No, don't switch accounts, you clown. Click on this. YouTube. What the? Oh, I'm already in studio. Out of curiosity, we're at 731. Analytical data. See live count. That's what we're going to be looking at. 731. Can we get to 735? I doubt it, but we will try. I am liking how this looks. I think we might need some antennas, because this is now a bit of a research station. Whoops. And then we'll go over on this side here. This antenna. Antenna. You know, this antenna. Oh, not the 3D models. For me, it's the scene isn't a location. It's a set of actions. Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. You don't say the hospital room scene. It's a syringe fight scene. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll accept that. Oh, itchy nose. Itchy hand. Oh, itchy fellows. And I mean, what we could ultimately do as well, I think, you know what? Actually, let's clean up this mess in here. That was a car outside that scared the bejeebers out of me. Delete faces. And then hopefully that then cleans that up, which is fine. I'm liking this idea. Hotspot? Can I hotspot? No. It's got a circle in it. Far out, Brussels sprout. I make stories by having scenes really want to convey, then string them together like a plot. Correct. That's kind of like the best way to do it. The South Park boys, they will come up with an idea for a scene and then build the story around that scene. Crazy some of the stuff that they do. I'm actually really liking that plate there. Maybe we add in another one. If we were to go Shift D. Actually, maybe I'll do this. Sorry, maybe I'll do this. Delete vertices. And then we'll rotate Z 90. And we do an E to extrude. And it just sits like that. Yep, that'll work. Hotspot, hotspot, hotspot. Great, that's all that's needed. Always have something to look forward to making. Yeah, and that's kind of like part of the series I'm trying to make here. What is it going to be beneficial towards to? Not entirely sure. Still working on that. But delete faces. But I'm okay with that. I think that looks gorgeous. Needs some lights in here. So let's go ahead and create something like that. Do we do... I reckon we make a halo for this one. And so by halo, GZ, scale on the y-axis. Let's go Control Shift B. I to do an inset, delete faces. E to extrude. Then we can go in through here, E to extrude, Alt S. Assign to that one, this can here be M underscore blue, light underscore blue. Change that to emission. Ever so slight, 50. Assign. What does that look like? I like that heaps. So we're going to move this over to here. Box select, box, box, box. Something like that. Let's just add in some extra geometry just to make it look a little bit cleaner. A bit too much. Shade smooth. From here, I'm just going to make this a simple silver. M_silver. Something like that. Roughness will bring it down. Interesting. Let's bring the sun down to maybe 2. -5. Oh, my belly. I still want to interview at some point. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Could have hit me up. Where are you? You are somewhere. Do. Max Verstappen. There we go. Send your message. Sent. Beautiful. Done. Right. That reminded me. All right, we're there. I like that. I like that. I like that. I don't want to just put in LEDs along kind of like these floodlights. I mean, I don't want to just put LED lights through here. But I feel like maybe we could put in some floodlights along there, maybe? Okay. Let's do this. Shift D. Something like that. Control B. Okay. Control LP, separate by selection. And then this will give us something like that. Here, here, and here. G to the Z. And then we can grab this stuff in here. I to do an inset. E to extrude. That can give us our blue light and we assign. Then we can go hotspot, G to the X and pull it back. Ooh, I like that idea where it's sitting there. Let's go something like that. And then what I'm going to do is pull these, grab these back faces. That looks pretty cool. Control S to save. Shift A, mesh, plane, scale that up. For instance, we'll make this new. You go black. Roughness fully up. Fully sick. Then we can go ahead, bring the sun down. Down, down. The sun's coming down. Let's duplicate this light. Duplicate, and we'll call this bright 500. At a recent job interview, they asked me, can you perform under pressure? I replied, not sure, but I can have a decent stab at Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm pretty sure there's another version of that. I think the lighting is good. Poor lighting can be a good storytelling. Yeah, absolutely. That looks amazing. I really just got to sit down and create a whole bunch of instruments and all that kind of stuff to, build this. So let's go here, Shift D. Because, I mean, technically, the idea was this is meant to be kind of like small home Now, let's change that. Oh, new material, assign, and that's going to be like a black. Box, box, box. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. That was before you put the spots. Yeah, I know. But I do like brightening it up a little bit. I mean, we could even, if I really wanted to, if I went blue, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? You need to make a bunch of stuff like panels and stuff like that. Yes, completely agree. Really need to sit down and do that. The control panels and all that kind of stuff. I do have one set that I was using for fuse boxes. We can throw them in there as well. Forgot about that. I did have one set. I don't know where they are now. They're probably sitting somewhere. Let's go. Might as well just throw some power boxes in. Here. Scale. Let's go in solid mode. Briefly. Bah. Let's get rid of that one. Let's go this one. Oof, perfect. And I slid it in there absolutely wonderfully. It's kind of cool. What else do we have? Pipes, pipes, pipes. Push, 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 push. Another little power box. I mean, we could do something like that. Then we've got like here. Then we could even put in like this power unit. I think it's meant to be like a water heater that I created that you can't see. Yes. Look at you. You could put a light behind the TV or under the table. You can put a light behind the screen. Is that what we're saying? See? Cows. Where's the washroom? It's the Brady Bunch. They don't have toilets. They walk around with a cathode stuck up in there. Oh, I can't hear anything worse. Power the generator. Oh, that's clever. That is clever. Do I have anything that looks like a power generator? I'm pretty sure I've got something that looks like a crate. Oh, it's not in here. Ugh. Do I have it? Ah, here we go. This is what I was thinking. Not what I was thinking of. That's all them. These are the engines. I mean, ooh. interesting. Because we don't see why we can't use a giant jet engine. No, it needs to be something like this one, I reckon. I like this idea. Ah, here we go. I knew I had these pods or something. One goes in there. Then we can come into the complex greebles. Sorry, I was just thinking. This is a really good idea. Such a good idea. Is that too big? Sure is. Bring it back. Something along those lines. And then we could even throw this on top. This here is my favorite Kitbashing set piece. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Did we get any new subscribers? Far out. Every time I stream. Whatever. We're not here to make the 100,000. That's a good complex greeble and pipes. Yeah. I reckon that is such a good idea. And then that kind of goes along the ground. Wow. Wow. I am down with that. You can go away now. You're not wanted. Kevin, remove character. Control S to save. File, external, clean up, purge unused data. Get out of here. Now we've probably got a whole bunch of duplicate data, which is really frustrating. Do I still have my add-on? M3D tools? Yes. Okay. Object setup. Bullets. No, this is my bullets one. No, I want material swap. Oh, I gotta re-download my add-on. That's annoying. Dang it. Those AI centers they're building everywhere are starting to look like this. What's time? All right. I'm going to keep carrying on and continue to build these on Sunday nights. Jump onto Discord. Let me know, what do you reckon I should be making? Is there anything you guys want to see? Do we want to just design clothes for characters maybe? I don't know, but I'm just going to keep building these. I want to fill these buildings. I'm going to finish up early now so I can get this stuff over onto Patreon. So I'm going to put this one on Patreon. If you want to finish something, make some people walking around it. Yes, completely agree. So the reason why I've been building it like this is to get just pieces together, and then we can slot these in later. But yeah, I completely agree. Grass or sand in background. Yep. And I think that's where... don't control S. That's where, if we go onto this one, let's bring in our tractor. Tractore. That's a sock. Thought there was something wrong with my something. Let's get rid of all this, and this. Control C. Control C. Control V. Ah, poopy. What the heck is that? Oh, that's the original mesh. Gira l'amore. Okay. What the? Come on. Sure. We could probably make this a bit bigger. And then, yeah, it would be cool if I could actually work out how to animate this thing. I reckon that would be sick. But yeah, to have the giant mining truck in here as well, just adding to it. JMonda65, welcome to the stream. Discord socials, you should link those. Oh yeah, good point. Let's go disable, click on this, right click, invite to server, copy. So there we go, Control V. If you want to come in over onto the Discord. I am floating around quite a bit. So if you want, come over and say hi. But this is that main idea of starting to bring in other assets and all that. We've got our petrol thing. But yeah, I'm going to go dump this onto Patreon. So if you want, go download that over there now. And yeah, I'm going to call it a night because I'm cooked and I need sleep. I have no videos planned for this week. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you want to learn something, yeah, just leave me a message somewhere on Discord. Get into it, and then I'll put something together if you have any